Love this new line, spewed by the worst hacks in media because it's not only insanely dishonest, but counts on the average reader not knowing 3 is a bigger number than 2. There are a couple different things that I obviously want to address here. This is Fareed Zakaria's assessment. The race that drew the most attention was Zohran Mamdani's outsider run to become New York City's mayor, but the New York is a liberal bubble. Mamdani won 50% of the vote. Democrat Bill de Blasio won his 2013 mayoral race with 73%. The more telling bellwether was Virginia, a state with a popular outgoing Republican governor. It's almost like de Blasio didn't have another Democrat and former governor with $55 million in outside billionaire money. Mamdani received over 200,000 more votes than either de Blasio or Adams ever did, but he had another Democrat in the race, whereas they, somewhat importantly, did not. So this assessment is like very deliberately trying to dupe people. But then the other side of the story that I also have been kind of frustrated with is the co-optation of Zohran Mamdani's affordability campaign. In some ways, I think it's good because Democrats are obviously paying close attention and they want to change their messaging. But remember, that's why whenever people ask me about this stuff, I always say it's not just like affordability. Affordability is good, but it's also like centering class first politics, centering the working class in your politics, in your agenda. Because Democrats don't want to do that. They don't want to be antagonistic towards billionaires and millionaires and corporate interests. And they also don't actually want to center the working class around their policy making. They just want to say like broadly affordability. Lots of candidates center affordability. What made Mamdani's use of the slogan credible is he paired it with clear universalist policies like free buses, free childcare, rent freezes, on-rent stabilized units. All policies Searchlight does not support. The centrist attempt to co-opt or vaguely associate with Mamdani's success requires the reader to not go past buzzwords, vibes, and cliches about social media-driven campaigns. Free and universal policies and taxing the rich make affordability more than an empty campaign cliche. Note that also Searchlight President Adam Gentleson has been making an argument of mutual exclusivity with respect to culture issues, but Mamdani didn't throw these issues under the bus. Gentleson is John Fetterman's main advisor. Started Searchlight to basically urge Democrats all around the country to fucking be anti-trans and maybe offer some incremental gains in the direction of like affordability. The Mamdani campaign had 100,000 plus campaign volunteers that knocked on 3+ million doors, which began as a dedicated core of DSA supporters, a group Gentleson routinely mocks and belittles, but without which none of the retail politics would have been possible. Weirdly, Searchlight's report on how Zohran Mamdani won doesn't mention the DSA once. I suppose his core of support either manifested out of nothing or was not necessary in building out his campaign. If the media wasn't primarily invested in upholding the interests of capital, they would be more honest in their coverage. If the media was primarily invested in educating the public, they would actually make it be known that the DSA played a formative role in the turnout, that it was a massive turnout engine. But they won't. And the reason why they won't is the exact same reason why in the primary, when Zohran was able to get through, cut away in this crowded primary field, was because of social media, because he was handsome, because he smiled all the time. They just like immediately seized on this this underdog upset victory by claiming it was because he was handsome and hot